So, welcome. Pull up a chair, grab a cup of coffee, grab a cup of tea or your favorite beverage, and join us. We're going to have a conversation that comes from my heart to yours, and I'm glad you joined us. So, our guest today is a special friend of mine, Cheryl
Hmm.
Wood.
Thank you, Mary Beth.
You're
You're a special
welcome.
friend of mine.
So, I'm glad you could join us. And our topic today is friendship. And it's friendship outside of grief.
Hmm.
And with Cheryl and I, we had a friendship that was formed years earlier before Ryan passed. And she has stayed with me since Ryan passed. And as many of us sister moms know, our friends disappear. And we're really not sure why or what happens. But Cheryl holds a special place in my heart and she agreed to let's talk about it. So let's have a little conversation. So Cheryl, why don't you start? Maybe you have a better memory than me. Let's talk about our friendship. Do you remember how long ago we met or
I was trying to remember, Mary Beth. It's been years. I remember when and where we met. We were on a motorcycle ride and we were all sitting at the bar stools, and you had ordered oysters and Rich ordered wings. And I am definitely not an oyster person, but I had to talk to you. Plus, Rich, he just looks like a big old teddy bear. So, I had to get to know you guys and it just clicked. We just clicked.
Yeah, I think it's been maybe 6 years, if
Could
that.
it be that long? It could be. It could be that long.
It's time is different. Like once
Mm,
you've suffered a loss, and then it's like part of your memory goes. But I do remember, yeah. So Cheryl and her guy, they ride too, and yeah, met on a. I think we were on a charity ride.
I think we were. Hmm.
Yeah, I think we were on a charity ride, and it was just one of those instant connections where you talk to somebody, but then we stayed in touch.
We did. We did.
Okay.
And we rode together and did stuff
Mhm.
together and just really just we clicked.
We did,
I don't know,
and we
friendship.
we became family to each other.
Hmm.
We did. We
And
became.
to throw Ryan in there, I knew all about Ryan um, and Dylan from stories you told me. I would talk about my kids, you talk about your kids. So I kind of felt like I knew him, even though I never met him, just
Yeah, and
from the
that's
way moms talk.
yeah, and I felt that way because you have two boys also,
Hmm.
and I met Chris, and he
Hmm.
rode with us a couple times before he
Couple
moved.
times.
So
Yeah.
it was so cool. I wish I had a different word for cool. I feel like I'm 80s
Well,
lingo here, but
it was an
it
easy
was
friendship.
easy. You're right.
Hmm.
That's the word. It
A
was
lot
an
in common.
easy,
A lot in common.
very easy friendship.
Hmm.
And um, each having two sons, that similarity,
Hmm.
um, relationships, it was very easy. So it's like when I
Hmm.
think, wow, it's only been 6 years because I feel like I've known you my whole life.
Mm. Hmm.
I
Yeah,
feel like
I do too.
I've known you my whole life. And actually, your parents, I made them adopt me.
They know. They know they have you. Yeah.
I just, I love how you are with your parents and how your
Mm,
parents are with you.
mm.
They are beautiful, beautiful people.
They
And
really
yeah,
are.
I became
Big
their
hearts.
adopted child. They may not know it, but yeah, I became their adopted
No,
child.
I think they know it.
So
I told them.
they, okay, good. If not, I'll remind them.
Oh my
So with,
goodness.
so with friendships, um, what I was saying is some friendships fall back and some stay um, once their friend loses a child to substance use, addiction, overdose, or fentanyl poisoning. etc.
Hmm.
That path. And it becomes very, very difficult because as the grieving mom, my life is forever changed. And little did I realize that I I became changed myself.
Right.
It's tough. It's really tough. And it's a difficult journey that an angel mom starts is the grief journey. And what's more difficult is for the friends to be there to support their friend who is now on this journey. So I know you personally, besides myself, you know another person who's lost a child to this disease.
I do. I do.
And I think our losses are around the same time.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
And about the same age.
And it's what's interesting is through you, I now know this mom.
Hmm.
I can't believe I never met her. I feel like I've met her, but through you, I now know this mom and we make sure our kids are remembered. And
Right.
actually, you know, one of the greatest fears is that our children are forgotten.
That, oh, I cannot imagine losing a child, period.
Mhm.
They have to be remembered. I would love to say that I am this genius that remembers all these dates that need to be remembered, but I'm not. I write them down. And when I flip the calendar or when I look forward in the month of what's coming up, that's when I start thinking hard about Ryan or Angela. Um, there's so much in my thoughts. And then, of course, if they're in my thoughts, you're in my thoughts, and Rich is in my thoughts. And I think I understand a little bit why people might fade off. When something terrible and tragic happens, people rally around you and they want to be there and they want to be supportive. But life for them does go on and they get busy. And the everyday challenges and chores of running a life, and it just gets put on the back burner. And I can't let that happen. And there's a selfish part of me that remembers Ryan and Angela because it makes me feel good to remember them. I felt like I knew Ryan before, and now I feel like he's one of my kids. I mean, I've learned so much about him. And what a cool man. What a super cool man. I know we would have gotten along. I know what he would have. He's funny, loves music, loves animals, loves cats. But I know so much about him and he needs to be remembered. You need to have him remembered and you need to know somebody's thinking about you just because they love you.
And you're right. It is it is so important. And when I've been very open and honest in my grief journey, and you've been very supportive, very supportive. Do you think that my openness and honesty about my grief is a fear that other people have? Do you think it is scary for other people that they're afraid to connect and be part of it? Or what what do you what do you think about that?
I think that's an excellent question. And I think you probably are pretty right. It I think people don't know what to say. And
Mhm.
so often they say the wrong thing and they don't mean to. They're trying to say the right thing. And they don't, I don't know. They try their best. So sometimes maybe it's easiest just to avoid talking at all. And maybe that's part of the distancing. It's a difficult subject. It's
It is.
losing a child.
It's very difficult. And I often think now that I'm this way suffering child loss, I think that people think if they say something they're afraid it might happen to them. It's like sometimes I feel like I got cooties. Like, oh, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's like you're going to catch it. But it's what I guess, let me phrase my thought. Um, I guess what I look for is support,
Mhm.
support and acknowledgement. It's, I don't want you to think as my friend that you can't share about your kids and your grandkids because I love hearing that. I don't want
Right.
you to think like you're going to get me upset by sharing about that because that's not at all the case. We want to
Mhm.
hear about our friends' children and that sometimes I have to say like it'll hurt a little bit when I see Ryan's friends moving on, getting married, having children, and he'll never have that.
Yes.
But on the other hand, I am so happy for them. I really am. I am so happy for them. They're living their life as they should. They
Mhm.
absolutely should. But I wonder when people, I don't know, I think, and I've been told too, that some people are like, oh, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to get you upset. But I want to say, and I know you've heard it when I say, when you say nothing, that upsets us more.
Mhm. Oh
If you
gosh, yes.
if you say to
Yes.
us, even if you say, I don't know what to say to you, that means a lot.
That's actually, I think, a great thing to say. I
Mhm.
don't know. I can't imagine what you're feeling. I don't know what to say. And
You're
if
right.
if the comfort level is there, just say, can I just hold you? Can I just do a Mary
Mhm.
Beth heart to heart hug, just to let you know I care. Nobody
Yeah,
hugs like you, Mary Beth.
and it's true. It's agree as an angel mom, the fear is your child will be forgotten. So when people don't say like, "Hey, I'm thinking of Ryan today," it
Hmm.
kind of, especially on the heavy days, the birthdays, the anniversaries, and I'll give you kudos. Kudos.
Mm,
To my friend Cheryl, you have made sure since you have known my husband and I that you acknowledge our angels, Ryan and Angela. Angela passed away. We just had her 12-year anniversary. That was very
my gosh.
hard, very, very hard. But you've always found a way to make sure they're remembered and acknowledged. So, would
Mm.
you like to share some of the ways that you've done that?
Oh my gosh. Cards, text
Hmm.
messages, instant messages. Um, when you were at Ryan's services, his funeral, I got some of our close friends together. And when I knew it was happening, we all lit a candle and we all had a rose. Just, it's, I don't know what all I've done. It's just been hopefully I've been supportive in your project and with your silent auctions and fun stuff like that. I don't think they were that silent. I think they were some noisy auctions. We had some fun that day, but and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's a
You
hard question.
okay? Because it's natural for you, and that's why I don't think you can like pinpoint it because I feel it comes natural for you. But yes, so today I pulled out my candle.
Oh, that was the candle.
That was the candle that you did.
That was a rough time. That was a rough time.
It,
I,
but
we
what
couldn't be there
this
for you.
what this brought me was acknowledgement,
Mm,
and I treasure it. And I don't light it often, but when I feel the need to light it, I do. And especially I think on his anniversary. I think that's when I've done
hmm.
it. It's always around his anniversary, is when it
Hmm.
reminds me that I was wrapped and surrounded with love.
Mm, I love
I
that.
really do. So I have that. And you do. You send cards out of the blue on certain days or just thinking of you days. You've done that. You always send a message. And you figure between Rich and I, that's like four heavenly birthday, or no, sorry, two heavenly birthdays, two anniversaries to remember. But you do, you acknowledge it. And that simple act of just sending a text or a message doesn't cost you anything. But the reward of it
Hmm.
fills a heart, fills our heart. Like, wow, somebody remembered that my child mattered. And hopefully that's the message that we're putting out there today is
I hope so.
right, what you do. These are things friends could do. Sometimes friends don't know what to do, so they do nothing. But
Hmm.
here it is,
Hmm.
acts that you've done, put a card in the mail. It doesn't need to be on a the specific date. Just I'm thinking of you. That means
Right.
so much. And that's one of the reasons I started the Front Project with sending
Yes,
cards to moms. It's just so you know someone's thinking of you and your angel,
it's
and
so
you're not
important.
forgotten. Your angel is not forgotten. We'll do our
Oh,
best.
and remember the Cards for a Cause clinic you did, where, I
Hmm.
mean, you shared why you do this with people who probably have never been touched by this. I was never touched by it before Ryan.
Hmm.
Um, and I mean, just the awareness and what you do, just and how difficult it must be, but it's your way of helping yourself by helping others. And I
Yeah,
don't know.
I do. I think by what I found in my new path in life is I need to give to others because giving to others warms my heart, and I just
Hmm.
I'm guided by Ryan. I'm guided
Right.
by Ryan. My motto is if it feels right, keep going. As long as I'm not
Hmm.
hurting anybody, if it feels right, keep going. And I
Hmm.
feel guided by Ryan. And I know I'm doing things I never thought I'd do. Never thought I'd do. But and they're positive things. So don't get me
Hmm.
wrong. They're
Hmm.
they're positive things, but it's just I always have the need to do more and do more. You know,
Hmm.
last year I started making hats for the homeless. Who'd have thought? I needed a break from making blankets, but then I was like, all right, let's learn how to make a hat. But it's just the
Oh, and
need
you
to,
made some hats before you figured it out. They were good.
yeah, but it's the need to give back.
Hmm.
And I think that's where Ryan has touched my soul because he would give anything to give to others without hesitation. And
Hmm.
I think I maybe had that hesitation to give to others, but I feel Ryan surrounding me and that energy that's left behind. And I need to give back without hesitation. So I
Hmm.
find ways. I find ways. And luckily, I have a friend like you that steps up at last minute when I did that workshop, Cards for a Cause, like, oh, wow, what are you doing? I need your help. And bam, I'm there. And you've come to every Ryan's ride. I have seen the transformation in you with how you speak to angel moms.
Mm.
I have seen it because in the beginning it's a whole new experience for you. Like, oh, what do we do? And the first 2 years that we did Ryan's Ride, it was just a ride, nothing. And then years 3 and 4, we made it an event, and we had angel parents there.
Right.
And I see your interaction, and you've heard me. You know what I mean? Like you've heard me. So I'm going to ask you then, how do you interact with grieving parents now that you know better?
The last Ryan's Ride you had event, um, there was a woman holding a picture, and it was her daughter. And this is how I interacted. I just walked up and I said, "What's your daughter's name?" And she said it. And I said, "Why don't you tell me about her? Just tell me about her." And I have found that the best things to say are not a lot at all. They're just to listen and to ask questions. Don't say your child's in a better place or something like that. And people say that because they think it's the right thing to say. I find talking to other angel moms to say, just tell me about your child. What was their favorite holiday? Was it Halloween? My boys love Halloween. They loved it growing up and they still do as adults. Was it Christmas? What was their favorite color? Tell me a funny story. And that's how I connect. And often they'll tell me a lot about their child, and then they'll say other things. And you just get the picture, and you learn a little bit, and you hurt a little bit. But
you open the door.
It's okay. It's okay to talk. Yeah. It's okay to cry. It's been a lot of tears. It's also okay to laugh. It really is. And smile. But you need to talk.
And thank you for saying that and talking to the sister moms like you do, because this past Ryan's Ride, I saw that from a distance. I saw that, I heard it, and I received it as like a bystander because I thought two things. My first thing was, I love Cheryl and she gets it. And my second thought was, boy, this angel parent, the joy that somebody asked about their child without stigma associated with it. So you do that. And I was going to ask you, like, your advice, what to say, what should they say, what they should not say, but I think you covered it. You did, you covered it, you answered that question. So I look forward to you continuing to help me and support me.
Oh, you're just lucky you don't live closer. I'd be over there all the time. I would be camped out trying to find the dogs.
Trying to find trouble, let me tell you. But you support me not only as a person, but in my endeavor with the From Project. You do. But as a friend, you have supported me wholeheartedly, and you've been a constant in my life.
Thank you, Mary Beth.
So I thank you for that, and I love you, and I know it comes from your heart. So let's wrap up with a positive thought. So you got something for us?
Yeah, I think I do.
Okay.
It would be you. You are one of the most positive people I have ever met. You are easy to love. You are easy to laugh with. You think of others. I know people who go through what you go through have their own ways of dealing. And the way you deal is a positive impact on other people's lives. And you are the positive. You are the positive to end this with, because you're making a difference. Our girlfriend, both of our girlfriends once said, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw Mary Beth in Washington one day just advocating. I wouldn't be surprised. I would expect it. So yeah, you're the positive.
Well, I thank you for that. And I didn't pay her for that, okay?
Checks in the mail.
I thank you for that. I thank you for seeing me, for hearing me, and for loving me. I thank you for that. So you can, if you have any questions, you can post them in the comments. Any comments, post them in the comments. You can find out more about the From Project on Facebook
Mhm.
or you can email thefromproject@gmail.com. Cheryl, I want to thank you so much for joining me
You're welcome.
because I love you. And remember, you're not alone. I'm sending you love, hugs, support, and compassion. Comes from my heart. Where's my heart? Hang on. So I gotta look always. From my heart to yours. And I am Forever Ryan's mom.
Oh, so handsome.
There's my handsome. So until the next time, I hope we gave you a little bit of valuable insight. So get up off your chair, go enjoy your day. And until the next time.
Bye.